All right, we're going to pick up with number 40. So for number 40, I'm going to define a function, f of x, because the test tells you that that's what it's called, so why not? So it's going to be x cubed, and then minus 4x squared, and minus 3x plus 2. Okay, so now I need to figure out what's true. So the first thing is the function is increasing when x is greater than or equal to 3. So increasing sounds like a graph sort of thing. So what I'm going to do is in F1, if you press var, you have access to everything you've stored, so f of x. And so it's a cubic, so it can have at most 2 turning points. So what I'll do here is just find this minimum. So analyze graph, find the minimum. So I need to be a little to the left, a little to the right. So it looks like it is always increasing for x greater than or equal to 3, because it can have at most 2 turning points, and I saw the maximum and minimum. So it's got to increase everywhere after that. So number 1 is true, which means I've eliminated options B and E because they did not include the option of number 1 being true. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to this page. Option 2 says the function f of x equals 0 has 2 non-real solutions. So I actually already know that that's not true. If I do this, let's do menu 3.1 for solve. F of x equals 0 for x. I got 3 real solutions, and a cubic can have at most 3 zeros. So that's got to be false. So 2 is false. So we know that B is not the answer, and we know that E is not the answer. And we actually already know that, I've kind of lost track of what we've canceled out. Let's see, number 1 was true, so we canceled out B and E, and then we know that 2 is false, so the answer's got to be D. It's the only one left. But the next one said that f of x is greater than or equal to negative 16 for all x greater than 0. If you go back here, this was the minimum, and it decreases until then, increases after then, so that would have to have been true. So either way, the answer ends up being D, which is not so bad, but definitely a calculator question. The next one, number 42, is what we're going to jump to. So new problem, and we are doing number 42 on page 136. And this one is asking for the solutions to an equation, so that's definitely a menu 3.1 type of thing. So it's the square root of x squared equals negative x, and we want to solve for x. X is less than or equal to 0, which is the non-positive real numbers only, so that's going to be B. And that was a straight calculator question. The next one is number 45. So number 45 is one of those where your calculator can do it for you if you don't know what you're doing. Better to know what you're doing, but if you don't, your calculator can kind of bail you out. So it's number 45 on page 137. And we're told that the log base a of 3 is equal to x, and the log base a of 5 is equal to y, and then we want the log base a of 45. Well, it must not matter what a is because they don't tell you anything about it, so I'm just going to let a be base 10. So first thing that I'll have is if I do control, and then the log of 3, so that's going to be x, and I'll actually store that as x. So store as x, and then I want the log base 10 of 5, and then that's going to be y, so I'm going to store that as y. And then the question is to figure out what the log base 10 of 45 is. So that's 1.65321. Okay, so that's kind of my target. And now what I'm going to do is just plug into the answer choice. So if I do 2x plus y, which is option A, I get exactly what I got. So option A is the answer, but let me go through another one just to show you. So option B is x squared plus y. That's not the same. So A is going to be the only one that's the same, so that's got to be the answer. So your calculator can definitely do that question. The next one I'm going to do is actually I'm going to cut this video here and come back in the next video and do the next one. So I hope you found this helpful, and good luck.